Somebody on Twitter said that Rick Tocchet is betting the under on shots on goal for the Canucks every game. This is going to be the darkest episode of Locked On Canucks of all time. Let's ask the questions. Let's get to your comments and only your comments, and help me out here, okay? I need this more than you. Let's do this.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yo, 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 yo. How's it going? I'm trying to bring the positivity. Right after the fact that your Vancouver Canucks just put out their worst effort of the year after putting out one of their best efforts of the year the other day in a loss. And here we were, right, on Locked On Canucks. The team that did all that a couple nights ago just wasted our time and proved once again that this might be the most disappointing first half to an NHL season in Canucks history. I'll top it. The Canucks have been the most disappointing team across the league based on who they have on their team. I know they have a lot of injuries, but hey, great teams, good teams, they find a way not to win 5 out of their last 18 games. Good teams, they find a way to not be held under 25 to 22 to 20 shots per game during a long period of time. And we can kick it back to that first round series against Nashville, okay? The pessimism is starting to look like the truth. And tonight, the Canucks played a Carolina Hurricanes team, a good team, a great team. A winning culture is there, okay? They know how to win games through it all. They played that team who's also played games in 5 of 7, including one last night. And they played the goaltender. Yes, the goaltender of the 1947 World Juniors team, Dustin Tokarski. And what did the Canucks do when they got Elias Pettersson back in the lineup? They produced what? How many shots did they have today? 15, 16? 30% of their shots come in, what, at the end of the game when they had the empty net and the extra attacker? 30% or 40% or 50% of all their shots come at points only. And this is all season long. When, again, somebody else said this, but when we Hughes and pray, right? AKA when Quinn Hughes is playing, that's the only time this team through 41 games has looked dangerous. Dude, that was pathetic. That is not the way you want to go into Saturday against Toronto. And now you know it, the most popular team in hockey, right? Your Vancouver Canucks, also one of the most polarizing, if not the, is going to be talked about more and more and more and more. And it's going to be asked, man. It's going to be asked. Is Rick Tocchet on the hot seat? Now, I don't think so. I don't want that to be the case. Look, I cheer for the Green Bay Packers, okay? I like stability. I like trust. I like figuring it out. But for 11 months, almost 12 full months, the Canucks have sucked at producing offense. Okay, no offense, Tocchet, but you cannot coach offense. You're doing something wrong. Speaking of which, let's be honest, people. And I know I'll get to your comments, all your comments, but I got to get this off my chest. Yo, the decision-making. And I know he knows hockey way more than I do, but his decision-making is so bad right now. He's operating at like 20%. And I know he's facing injuries game in and game out. It's hard to do his job. Boom. Bam. I get it. But make a right call. A case in point. Another game where we don't see Brandstrom. Case in point. Taking Jake DeBrusk off the power play. He's leading your team in goals. And again, I get it. You know hockey more than I do. I want you to be more right than wrong. But you got that one wrong again. The Canucks power play had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. That's 3 of them. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it felt like a lot. They had all those, and they absolutely sucked ass. Rick Tocchet, make the right call. Is that more on Garland and the players on the power play to get the job done? Sure. But you're the coach. You're the person who's moving the chess pieces. You need to get it right more often than not. In the first half of the season, all this puzzle piece and thingy you're doing, like, it's not working. It's not working. A lot of overthinking, too much patience, and not a lot of execution. All in all, just an effort that this team can't afford, and that was embarrassing. And it did ironically stamp an embarrassing first 41 games. Also, a first 41 games where they showed some will, and they're still in the fight through all these injuries. But let's just face the facts, people. Through 41 games, this Canucks team, look, can you guys can do it yourself? Do the exercise. How many times was this team the better team? How many times was this team the harder working team? I counted. I had 9. Trevor had 10. I think he had 10. That's not good enough. And here's an opportunity to build off what happened in Washington. And yeah, you didn't allow a lot of shots. I think in the last 2 games, the Canucks have allowed less than 40 in 120 minutes of hockey. Congratulations. But again, Carolina today had more. And they had 2 more goals, and they outscored you 2-0. And this, again, if you're going to lose like you did in Washington. Put up a fight. And how about these trees in the back end? Okay, you know what? Let me go off after the second break. After the first break, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get to your comments, but I was about to swear there. I want to talk about the tall defenseman and this theory that Tocchet has going on in Adam Foote. Okay, but first, let's get to your comments. Okay. Carmen saying, I'm not going to lie, Kyle, this team isn't who we think it is. Last year was a fluke. He's also said, we've watched half the season. The issues haven't changed, healthy or not. Kyle, can you just, I'm talking to myself here, but can you just play the music? Everyone close your eyes. Honestly, the music is not working, okay? Being a FanDuel is not working today. 15 shots, 14 shots, 12 shots, 6 shots in the first 30 minutes of hockey. Just not good enough. Tocchet, you're the guy. You're the guy. You can't wake these guys up. You can't get these guys going game in and game out. You got to be better. Here's a comment from Infamous. It was a positive one, so I do want to read it. Where is it? These 2 teams not separated by a lot. Okay, right here, Infamous. These teams weren't far apart tonight. Carolina just blocked everything, and we couldn't get the puck on net. We also couldn't retrieve the puck. I noticed it today, and it wasn't hard to notice. The Canucks dumping and chasing all game long. Okay, cool. That's your style. Sure, just execute, though. Be the faster team. How about you outskate a team that played yesterday and has played 5 games in 7 nights? How about you outwork them? That's the problem here. Tocchet's teams are not outworking their opponents. Again, injuries happen. You got to be able to move the puck too. They don't have the pieces. They don't have the tools. But deep down in your DNA, in your fabric, being a team, being cohesive. They are not the more hungry team game in and game out. They're not playing desperate. In the good way. They're not tapping into any type of bite. They're not even establishing that Rick Tocchet energy within them. Look at the film today. Again, dumping and chasing all night long and just second to the puck. No tenacity. Why is Max Sasson the only one doing it? Sasson, it's not good enough. The energy just lacking. It's fair to say that the effort, again, it's not even mediocre. It's just not there some nights. I got to breathe that out. Next question. This one comes from Callum Sandio, okay? The only 2 Canucks I remember tonight were Sherwood and Hughes. Like I said, I liked Sasson's game too. I like Bluger's game in the first period too. I like Pettersson's game in the first period. But that's it. That's it. I thought I was going to save this energy for after the first break, but if you want a big, strong team, a big, strong D, right? You want that big, strong, firm, girthy D. Do something with it. And if you can't make a play, be physical. Spark the boys up. Lay the boom. Be mean. Establish identity. Establish care. Get the guys involved in the game. There's none of that too. There's none of that too. It's pathetic. Juleson, Vincent Darnay. Do something. Lean into your strength. Literally. There's so many ways to bring energy within a game. We just talked about Tocchet, right? Have the guys ready. How about physicality too? Have the guys wanting to run through walls for each other. Something else. Look at this comment from Nancy, my aunt. Okay, well, a coach needs to show more emotion and to do that, but Tocchet doesn't do that. I think Tocchet obviously needs to do more of that, and I don't really care for it on the bench so much so. I don't really care about it so much to the media, but we've heard Tocchet many times talk about how he wants the players to figure things out, and he wants the players to lead within the room, and how teams don't want their coach going in there, and it's a different time, and this group of players, you know, they're not built for having like a rowdy ass coach in there that's always swearing at them. Boom, dude, Tocchet. Help Quinn Hughes out. Okay, Quinn Hughes, game in and game out, is leading on the ice. Again, the best player in the game tonight was probably Quinn Hughes. The most dominant player was Quinn Hughes. Not to his full extent, but the game had a combined, 35 shots? Nobody was great other than Quinn Hughes. And I guess that Svechnikov and Stahl, they played good games. But again, Quinn Hughes was just dominant with the pucks. He knows how to lead on the ice. He can tilt games in your favor. It gets you closer to wins just by having that guy play at his best game in and game out. He's doing that, but I don't trust anyone else in that room to lead the right way. Right now, Rick Tocchet, the Stanley Cup champion, okay? A guy who doesn't have a contract, right? Is it a team option or a coach option? He doesn't have a contract extension. Adapt, evolve, change. The same things you were doing last year weren't going to work. That's called evolution. That's the obvious. Maybe read the same books Quinn Hughes is reading, okay? And help him out. Go in that room and say the right things. It's that time. Let it all out. The same reason why you don't want to do that is already happening, right? There's no energy. Team's off. They don't wake up to play these games. Again, no cohesiveness. Yeah, again, they haven't had their full roster all season, but they don't seem to be getting it. So do something different and bring the emotion to the team. Look, I know. Again, tomorrow's a big game. We start the second half in the mecca of the hockey world, right? The center of attention. Hockey night in Canada. Toronto. The pressure is going to be on tomorrow. More so than any point in regular season Canucks history with Rick Tocchet at the helm. It's a big moment, and I know deep down in my heart, if they do something impactful tomorrow, it could be the spark that this team that's still in the playoff race, in the thick of it, it could be the spark that team needs to just, calm the waters here, get to the playoffs with grace, still live up to the expectations of the past, right? The recent past. There's still a lot of room for that. But man, oh man, things got to change, and things got to change quick. This team does not have a foundation of identity this season to lean on. No team needs a spark more than the Vancouver Canucks, because again, in 9 of their first 41 games, they were the better team. By far and away. The harder working team. That's lottery level-ish, man, for real. Anyways, let's get to more of your comments on the other side. Let's shout out FanDuel. And if anyone wants to bring the positivity, please do. Again, we use these as vent sessions. I'm trying to get to tomorrow. My head hurts. My life hurts. My eyes hurt. I want to hug. I want to talk to my girlfriend. I want to call my mom. Dude, I want to go for a walk. And I'm over here doing this, talking about a team that just had four shots against Dustin Tokarski. Dustin Tokarski, man. Goaltender of the 1956 World Junior team, man. I remember that tournament too, man. Let's shout out FanDuel. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the NFL. The NFL happening large this weekend, the wild card weekend. The Eagles, Packers, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Oh my goodness, man! If the Canucks lose tomorrow and the Packers lose on Sunday, I don't know. Honestly, man, I might have to change things up, work with my dad, get an arranged marriage, or just get married to my girl and just change the path, man. I don't know if I can handle that. I got to grow up, 31 and a half years old. And I also got to use FanDuel, okay? Maybe a big win on FanDuel can put me in the right direction, okay? Because right now, new customers can do what? Bet $5 and win that bet or lose that bet, do one or the other, and get what? $250 in bonus bets guaranteed, win or lose. And did I say 250? I meant $200, okay? It's hard to read right now. I'm in a hurricane too. Anyways, the FanDuel app gives you everything you need to place live bets, same game parlays, and so much more. Visit the website and just scout the plays. Have some fun with it. Again, I think the Packers are what? -4.5. They're not the favorites, obviously, in Philadelphia. You probably win big if you pick the Packers and pick the Packers, okay? Just visit FanDuel.com and join today. And that's what? $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, when you place a $5 bet on FanDuel.com. Make the playoff season unforgettable with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Okay, we back here on Locked On Canucks. One love to you and you and you and you. If you're watching this right now, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's just get through this together, okay? Let's see where this goes. You know how we're demanding that the Canucks change their season tomorrow, change their narrative, change their story, change it all again tomorrow in Toronto, Game 42, the second half of a very important season. Again, it all begins tomorrow. Can we do that in this show? Can we go to sleep happy? I don't want to go to sleep tonight watching game 1 highlights against the Oilers from last year, okay? I don't want to do that. I don't think that's, come on. Next question. This comes from NGKHLR. He says, I appreciate it, Kyle, but there are no positives with this team this season. I think that's a lie. Again, Quinn Hughes has just evolved. He's gotten better. I've seen comments online saying that he needs to stop holding on to the puck. He's being too much of a puck hog. He's being too much of a guy that's putting it all on his shoulders, and it's kind of cringe. It's like, yo, shut up. Anyone thinking that Quinn Hughes has to do less is not it, okay? When there's a dominant athlete like that in sport, you let him cook, and if he happens to be on your team, you just spread support and love. Because again, he hasn't dipped game in and game out. Whenever he plays, he's the best player, unless it's against McDavid or Draisaitl, right? Unless it's against the best of the best, which he's a part of. Unless it's against the other 3 best players in hockey, it's a lock that, again, he's the best player in that game. You let that guy cook, and he was on your team. You're happy about that. You're happy about that guy wanting to be an aggressor, right? Wanting to dictate terms, being a dog, being a bad man. And it's nice to have him do that while the other guys, again, Miller and Pettersson, they're not doing it game in and game out. Both players, again, the Canucks had 15, 16 shots. Obviously, both players did not do enough. They didn't execute. And they're leaving Quinn Hughes alone. Yes, both players playing through some injury, but again, Quinn Hughes he's ignoring it and just playing the game, playing instinctual. It's time for the other guys to follow that lead too. Like, again, if they ask Quinn Hughes how he's doing it, he's going to tell you. He's not thinking too much. He's not getting emotional about it. He's getting lost in the game. Next comment. G. Ellis, man, I miss you, man. Saying trade Brock Besser, okay? You can't give this guy more than $8 million over 8 years. It would be the dumbest contract ever. Brock Besser, man, he was bad today. Again, somebody else that did not execute. And I don't know. I was thinking about this during the game. Something drastic's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow morning. Hey, maybe Sunday morning. Could be with the coach. I don't know. It's sports, right? It also could be with Brock Besser. Think about it. It is what it is. That's life. The Canucks only won games for like a 7 to 8 month span, like one season, right? This core. And based on what they've shown this year, I know they haven't all been together. There's been so many injuries, but when you have those dogs, you got to win more than 18 of your first 41 games. You got to win more than 5 of your last 18. It's just, again, not good enough. So, again, something might give. And you and I know this is the case, whether it be something spiritual or physical. That change has to happen now. It is what it is. Cethos saying Brock is looking like damaged goods. And Leah saying, when was the last time Brock won us a game? Man. What's going on, man? What's going on? Friday night, 7:15. Honestly, this is what I'm going to do tonight, man. I'm going to Cactus Club and I'm writing a book. I'm just venting. I'm being creative. I'm drinking a pint. And I'm finding positivity and escapism, man. Listen up, guys. Tomorrow, we're playing the Maple Leafs, game 42. Let's forget about the first half of the season, all right? Let's forget about it. And have hope, have faith that somehow, some way, again, this will all just be part of a great, great story, okay? I'll be a part of that documentary at the end of the season, right? Canucks 2025 Stanley Cup champions. That documentary will just be so much more impactful, be filled up with way more context if, again, you play it back and realize that holy shit, the Canucks had one of the most embarrassing first halves of the season. It's just been so dark and twisted and so many turns and everyone's getting hurt. And again, I'm pretty sure Detroit has the same amount of wins than the Vancouver Canucks. I don't even think Chicago's that far off. I don't know. They have 18. Other teams have like 16, 17, 18 as well. We're 41 games in the season. Other bad teams, you know what I'm saying? How did that get so dark after I said I was going to have a pint at Cactus? Look at this from James Moore, man. Don't Google him. Don't Google James Moore, yo, if you don't want your computer to crash, okay? This guy's saying if they lose to Toronto, LA, and Edmonton, and if Edmonton throttles them at home next Saturday, they'll have moving trucks going somewhere. Okay. Can y'all help me out here, man? I gotta go to a game next week against Edmonton, okay? My cousin's getting married. The guy's a brother to me, okay? He's one of those cousins, right? One love to him. Big time Oilers fan. He's the guy. I don't know if I could do a week in Vegas or whatever they're doing for the bachelor party. That's not me. I've seen The Hangover 86 times, okay? And I've been to Vegas 3 times. That's enough. I can't do it. I got to think about my well-being. So I want to substitute not going to that bachelor party and having our own bachelor party here in Vancouver next Saturday. And that would involve me, again, spending money to go to the Oilers game, which, again, I got to do. But, man, I'm scared. I've never been drunk in the arena when the Canucks are losing by 4. Or just in general, losing to a rival like that. The Oilers. A team, again, who doesn't really view us as a rival. But, hey, that would hurt. That would hurt. What should I do? Should I just take him, again, to Cactus Club? Say, you know what? Let's not make up a lie. You know what? It's cold season. There's something weird going on in Vancouver. All my friends are getting sick. Maybe we should stay away from a 19,000 seat venue and just go to Cactus Club in Surrey. I'll pick up the tab. Don't worry. It could get wild out there. Next comment. Man. The wind is just gusting. Okay, I'm getting scared here. This one comes from David Berg. Okay, he says, I cheer for the Oil, but this is the best hockey broadcast on YouTube. I think I'm gonna cry, man. That's what I needed, man. That I'm gonna show my mom that. SK93 saying, spend that $250 on Cactus Club Bellinis instead of overpriced tickets. Again, but you know what? I get it. That would be fun. I wonder what would happen if I drank $125 worth of Bellinis. Right? I don't know. Who knows? Y'all don't know the real me. But I think I just got to go to the game because, again, I got to do it for the cousin, okay? Next comment. Tyler saying, sound the alarm. Okay, the Canucks, 5 wins in the last 18, have not looked good all season long. No foundation to lean on. You can't use last season as a foundation. I'm sorry, you can't. I don't think good or great teams do that, to be honest. They adapt, especially because the Canucks were only good for a season. You can't, like, this core may not have it. Something drastic's going to happen. That's the panic button. Change things up. Find something else. My life, man. Infamous, man. This guy's a positive guy, man. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you exist, man. I'm happy for your family too, man. They grew up with you, okay? Infamous saying that tonight should make people appreciate those overtime points a lot more. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. SK93 saying 5 more months until Vinny Darnay wins the Conn Smythe. That same Oilers fan, cousin guy that I have, again, diehard, glued to the game. So happy Vinny D's not a part of his team. He literally texted me a couple days ago and said, yo, Vinny D, the only thing Vinny D was good at for the Oilers was high-fiving Stuart Skinner. Good team guy. You got to admit, that's why they got him, right? They wanted to replace the Zadorov thing. But again, I'm sorry, yo. If that's their mindset and that's their execution, I don't know whose fault that is. Is it Adam Foote's fault, Tockett's fault, Alvin's fault? The whole brass effed up on that one. But giving $2 million per year to that guy, when they could have bundled some other money to just get somebody else, was such a flaw. And I understand the whole get the guy in the locker room who plays the right tunes, keeps the guys close, goofy guy, always smiling, boom, bam. But yo, Quinn Hughes is the captain. And if that's the case, every single player on that team needs to, have a base level of competence and bring something to the table. A player like that wasn't needed when we already had Noah Juleson. Another type of project. Next question, man. David, the Oilers fan saying, is that the bar? Do something impactful? Come on. Okay, tell me what the bar is, man. Do something. That has to be the bar. Do something. Do something, man. Look at this from Infamous. This is how dark it's getting, eh? Pretty much saying that did not signing Phil Kessel produce a level of karma for this team that is about to wreak havoc, okay? And I know the Canucks beat Nashville in a first-round playoff series. But that's Nashville. Canucks also won a playoff series with the least amount of offense produced. Phil Kessel, man. I'm sorry. We're sorry. Come save us. We did it. Okay, 30 minutes of venting, talking, living life. I think I'm going to end it off on this note. If you're still here, you're lucky. Look after your neighbors. Stay in the moment. Care for each other. And read some books, yeah, okay? Ready Player One and Ready Player Two. Think about the future. And go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. My girlfriend says I'm always rubbing my eyes, man. I'm always looking stressed. 18 wins in 41 games. Baby, you don't know what I'm going through. Her favorite TV series is Desperate Housewives. Like, my favorite series is sports, okay? TV series is sports. And the Canucks, man, I thought y'all were going to be good, man. I've been figuring it out. Like, why haven't I been sleeping well recently? Is it a 31.5-year-old thing, or is it because the Canucks have 5 wins in the last 18 games? Okay. We're beating the Leafs tomorrow, okay? My name's Kyle Bound, and I approve of that message. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. One left to Locked On Canucks and the Don't Doze Art Lab. Let's go win a Stanley Cup. We appreciate you. Peace.